Have you ever wondered if the healthy choices you make for breakfast are actually doing more harm than good? Especially when it comes to something as personal and vital as your virility. It's a quiet concern for many men as they move past 60, isn't it? That feeling of not quite being yourself, of a spark dimming, or a confidence that once felt unwavering starting to falter. You might reach for a fruit, thinking it's the epitome of health, a sweet, natural start to your day. But what if some of those seemingly innocent choices, eaten first thing in the morning, are secretly working against your body's natural ability to maintain strong, healthy erections? It's a painful reality that many men face, often silently, and it can affect everything from your personal relationships to your self-esteem. Today, we're going to peel back the layers on this often overlooked secret. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 common breakfast fruits that, if eaten regularly and in certain ways, could be subtly sabotaging your erectile health. We'll explore why they might be causing these issues, and, more importantly, what simple adjustments you can make to reclaim your vitality. So, stay with me, because what you learn by watching to the end might truly surprise you and change your mornings for the better. Let's dive right into the first fruits on our list, because understanding this can truly make a difference in your morning routine and, ultimately, your overall well-being. We're talking about dried fruits, things like dates, dried apricots, prunes, and raisins. Now, I know what you're thinking, but these are fruits. They're natural, they're full of fiber. And yes, in moderation and in certain contexts, they can be part of a healthy diet. But here's the catch, especially when you're over 60, and specifically if you're eating them for breakfast without much else. When fruits are dried, the water content is removed, which means their natural sugars become incredibly concentrated. You might be able to eat a handful of fresh grapes, but it's a tiny fraction of the sugar you'd get from an equal volume of raisins. A single date, for instance, can pack a significant sugar punch. When you consume these concentrated sugars first thing in the morning, especially on an empty stomach, your body experiences a rapid surge in blood sugar. Think of it like this: your blood sugar levels shoot up like a rocket. Now, for a younger person, their pancreas might handle this surge quite efficiently, releasing a quick burst of insulin to bring those sugar levels back down. But as we age, our insulin sensitivity can decrease. This means our bodies don't respond as effectively to insulin, or our pancreas has to work much harder to produce enough of it. Over time, these frequent, high blood sugar spikes can lead to insulin resistance, which is a major precursor to type 2 diabetes and, crucially, a significant contributor to erectile dysfunction. High blood sugar and insulin resistance damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels, known as the endothelium. This lining is absolutely critical for producing nitric oxide, a gas molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and expand, which is what allows for increased blood flow and a firm erection. When the endothelium is damaged, nitric oxide production is reduced, and those vital blood vessels struggle to dilate effectively. Imagine a garden hose that's becoming stiff and narrow. It just can't deliver the water pressure you need. That's what happens to your arteries, including those crucial arteries in your penis. So, while a date might seem like a healthy, quick bite, consuming a serving of dried fruits at breakfast could be setting you up for a roller coaster of blood sugar highs and lows, which, in the long run, seriously compromises your vascular health and, by extension, your erections. Instead of dried fruits, consider a small handful of fresh berries. They offer fiber and antioxidants without the same sugar concentration. Moving on to another seemingly innocent breakfast staple: very ripe bananas. Now, let's be clear. Bananas are fantastic for you. They're packed with potassium, offer quick energy, and are easy to digest. But when we're talking about very ripe bananas, the ones with brown spots or that are almost fully brown, their starch has converted almost entirely into simple sugars. A green banana, for example, has more resistant starch, which digests slowly and doesn't spike blood sugar as much. A very ripe banana, however, acts very similarly to those dried fruits we just discussed, causing a rapid increase in blood glucose. Again, this puts stress on your insulin response system. For men over 60 who may already be dealing with declining insulin sensitivity, starting the day with such a sugar load can contribute to that ongoing cycle of blood sugar dysregulation. The consistent burden on your vascular system from these sugar spikes leads to chronic inflammation and further damage to the endothelial cells. Remember, healthy blood vessels are the highway for blood flow. And without optimal nitric oxide production from those healthy endothelial cells, achieving and maintaining an erection becomes a real challenge. You need that smooth, unrestricted flow. Think of it as the difference between a brisk stream and a sluggish, muddy river. A very ripe banana, consumed alone for breakfast, can effectively contribute to that sluggishness in your vascular system. So, while a banana itself isn't the enemy, the ripeness level and how you consume it for breakfast can be, if you love bananas, opt for ones that are still a bit firm, or better yet, pair them with something that slows down sugar absorption, like a tablespoon of almond butter, a handful of walnuts, or a dollop of plain Greek yogurt. These healthy fats and proteins will help to buffer the sugar, creating a more gentle rise in blood sugar and protecting your precious blood vessels. It's all about context and balance. Isn't it now that we've delved into the surprising impact of dried fruits and overly ripe bananas? Let's continue exploring other breakfast culprits that might be silently affecting your vitality. Our next fruit to consider, especially for breakfast, is pineapple. This tropical delight is incredibly refreshing and bursting with flavor, and it's well known for containing bromelain, an enzyme that can aid digestion and reduce inflammation. However, when you're reaching for that large bowl of cubed pineapple first thing in the morning, especially if it's the only thing on your plate, you're consuming a significant amount of natural sugars. While it's natural, it's still sugar. Pineapple has a relatively high glycemic index, meaning it can cause your blood sugar to spike quickly. For men over 60, this quick rise in blood sugar, similar to what we discussed with dried fruits and very ripe bananas, can put a strain on your body's ability to manage insulin. Over time, repeated blood sugar spikes contribute to systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which are detrimental to endothelial function. This is the health of the inner lining of your blood vessels, which, as you know, is crucial for producing nitric oxide, that essential compound for healthy blood flow. When the endothelial cells are damaged, your arteries, including those supplying blood to your penis, can become less elastic and less responsive. Imagine trying to inflate a balloon that's lost its stretchiness. It just won't expand as easily. That's what can happen to your blood vessels, making it harder for them to dilate and allow the necessary blood flow for a firm erection. While pineapple does offer beneficial nutrients, its high sugar content when consumed in large quantities, particularly on an empty stomach for breakfast, can inadvertently contribute to vascular issues that hinder erectile function. Instead of a large bowl of pineapple on its own, try to combine it with a source of protein and healthy fats, like a small serving mixed into plain Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of nuts, or blended into a smoothie with protein powder and chia seeds. This helps to slow down the sugar absorption and mitigate the blood sugar spike, allowing you to enjoy the benefits of pineapple without the potential downsides for your vascular health. Moving on, let's talk about another delicious tropical fruit that many enjoy at breakfast. Mangoes. There's nothing quite like the sweet, juicy flesh of a ripe mango. But like pineapple, mangoes are quite high in natural sugars, especially when they are very ripe. A single medium-sized mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar, which is a considerable amount, especially if you're consuming it as your primary breakfast item. Similar to the other fruits we've discussed, a high sugar load first thing in the morning leads to a rapid increase in blood glucose. For men over 60, consistently triggering these blood sugar spikes can lead to or worsen insulin resistance. Insulin resistance not only contributes to issues like weight gain around the midsection, often called a dad bod, but it also has a direct and detrimental impact on your circulatory system. When your cells become less responsive to insulin, your body has to produce more and more of it to try and get sugar out of your bloodstream. High insulin levels over time contribute to inflammation and damage the delicate lining of your arteries, making them less flexible and less capable of delivering robust blood flow. This damage specifically impairs the production of nitric oxide, the crucial molecule responsible for relaxing and dilating blood vessels, which is absolutely essential for achieving and maintaining a strong erection. So, while mangoes are undeniably tasty and nutritious, the sheer sugar content, particularly when eaten alone for breakfast, can be a significant hurdle for maintaining optimal vascular health and, by extension, erectile function. If you love mangoes, consider having a smaller portion and pairing it with a protein source, such as a handful of almonds or a scoop of cottage cheese. This combination helps to stabilize your blood sugar and provides a more balanced start to your day, protecting your blood vessels from unnecessary stress. Next on our list are acha grapes. Particularly the sweet, seedless varieties that are so easy to pop into your mouth by the handful. Grapes are wonderfully refreshing and a good source of antioxidants, but they are also quite high in sugar and have a relatively high glycemic index, especially compared to berries. Because they are small and easy to eat in large quantities, it's very easy to overconsume them at breakfast, leading to a significant sugar intake. When you eat a big bowl of grapes on an empty stomach, your body receives a rapid influx of fructose and glucose. This triggers that familiar blood sugar spike, putting immediate demands on your insulin system. For men over 60 who may have a slower metabolism or be dealing with pre-existing conditions like metabolic syndrome, these regular morning sugar surges can further exacerbate insulin resistance and contribute to chronic low-grade inflammation throughout the body. This inflammation isn't just about aches and pains. It's a silent, insidious force that damages the delicate endothelium of your blood vessels. As we've emphasized, a healthy endothelium is vital for producing nitric oxide, the gas that makes your arteries relax and widen, allowing robust blood flow. When this system is compromised by inflammation and vascular damage from consistently high blood sugar, the blood flow necessary for a firm erection simply can't be achieved as effectively. Think of your arteries as intricate pipelines. Inflammation can cause internal rust and blockages, impeding the smooth flow. So, while grapes are a natural food, their concentrated sugar content, especially when eaten without other balancing nutrients like protein or fiber, can contribute to vascular issues that directly impact your erectile health. If you enjoy grapes, try to limit your portion size and combine them with a spoonful of nut butter or some hard-boiled eggs to help slow down sugar absorption and provide a more balanced nutritional profile for your morning meal. Now, let's talk about watermelon. A fruit often celebrated for its refreshing qualities, and even sometimes touted for its potential benefits for erectile health due to its citrulline content. Citrulline is an amino acid that the body converts into L-arginine, a precursor to nitric oxide. So, theoretically, watermelon should be a good thing for erections, right? And it can be, in the right context. However, here's why it makes our list when consumed for breakfast, especially in large quantities and alone. Watermelon, despite its high water content, also has a relatively high glycemic index. This means that a large serving of watermelon, particularly on an empty stomach for breakfast, can cause a significant and rapid spike in your blood sugar. While the citrulline is there, the sugar content can counteract some of its potential benefits, especially for men over 60 who might already have challenges with blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity. That quick sugar surge puts stress on your insulin response, leading to the same endothelial dysfunction and reduced nitric oxide production we've been discussing. Furthermore, Relying solely on watermelon for its citrulline content to improve erectile function might be missing the larger picture. Erectile dysfunction is often a canary in the coal mine for broader cardiovascular health issues. If your blood vessels are already compromised due to years of poor blood sugar control or inflammation, a quick dose of citrulline might not be enough to override the systemic damage. It's like trying to fix a leaky pipe with a tiny patch when the entire plumbing system is corroded. So, while watermelon can be part of a healthy diet, consuming a large, unadulterated portion for breakfast, hoping it will be a magic bullet for erections, might actually contribute to the very blood sugar and vascular issues that hinder them. The key isn't to avoid watermelon entirely, but to be mindful of its sugar impact at breakfast. If you enjoy it, have a smaller portion and pair it with something that slows down sugar absorption, like a handful of nuts or a couple of slices of avocado. This way, you get the refreshing qualities and some of the citrulline benefits without the detrimental blood sugar spike. Finally, the seventh fruit to be cautious of for breakfast, particularly if you're over 60, is fruit juice. Even 100% natural fruit juice. I know what you're thinking, but it's just fruit in liquid form. And that's precisely the issue. When you consume fruit in juice form, you strip away most of the beneficial fiber that is present in whole fruit. Fiber plays a crucial role in slowing down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Without that fiber, the sugars in fruit juice hit your system incredibly fast, leading to a much more rapid and significant blood sugar spike than even eating the whole fruit would. Imagine drinking a glass of orange juice versus eating a whole orange. The juice will send your blood sugar soaring much quicker, because your body doesn't have to work to break down the fruit and extract the sugars. For men over 60 whose bodies may already be less efficient at managing blood sugar due to age-related changes in insulin sensitivity, starting the day with a glass of fruit juice can be a recipe for trouble. These regular, sharp spikes in blood sugar contribute directly to insulin resistance and chronic inflammation. As we've explored throughout this discussion, insulin resistance and inflammation are major culprits in damaging the delicate endothelial lining of your blood vessels. This damage, in turn, severely impairs the production of nitric oxide, the essential molecule that relaxes blood vessels and allows for increased blood flow, the very foundation of a healthy erection. Consistently exposing your arteries to these sugar surges is like constantly hitting them with a hammer. Over time, they become stiff, less responsive, and unable to perform their vital function. So, while fruit juice might seem like a convenient and healthy breakfast option, especially if it's marketed as natural or 100% juice, it's essentially a sugar delivery system that can be quite detrimental to your vascular health and, consequently, your erectile function. Instead of juice, always opt for whole fruits. When you eat the whole fruit, you get all the fiber, which helps to slow down sugar absorption, provides a feeling of fullness, and supports overall digestive health. If you absolutely crave a liquid fruit fix, blend a whole fruit into a smoothie, ensuring you keep the fiber intact, and consider adding some protein powder or healthy fats to further mitigate the sugar impact. So, we've journeyed through 7 fruits that, when consumed in certain ways, especially for breakfast after 60, can subtly but significantly impact your erectile health. We talked about how dried fruits, very ripe bananas, pineapple, mangoes, grapes, watermelon, in large, solo portions, and especially fruit juice, can lead to rapid blood sugar spikes. These spikes, over time, contribute to insulin resistance, inflammation, and damage to the delicate blood vessels that are absolutely essential for a healthy, robust erection. It's not about declaring these fruits as bad foods, but rather understanding the context, the portion sizes, and the combinations that are most beneficial for your body, especially as you age. Remember, the goal here is to support your vascular health, optimize nitric oxide production, and ensure your blood flow remains strong and unimpeded. Small, conscious changes in your breakfast routine can make a truly enormous difference in your overall vitality and confidence. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and making choices that truly serve your health and happiness. You see, taking control of your breakfast isn't just about avoiding certain foods. It's about embracing a proactive approach to your well-being. It's about feeling good, having energy, and maintaining that vital spark. Don't feel discouraged or overwhelmed. Simply start with one small change. Maybe it's swapping out your morning fruit juice for a whole apple, or pairing that ripe banana with some protein. Every little step adds up to a significant positive impact on your health journey. We're all in this together, striving to live our best lives at every age. If this conversation resonated with you, and if you've experienced similar challenges or have found solutions that work for you, I'd love to hear about it. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Your insights could be incredibly helpful to someone else on this journey. And if you found this video helpful and want to learn more about optimizing your health and vitality as you age, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We're building a community here dedicated to living healthier, happier lives, regardless of age. Let's keep this conversation going and continue to support each other. You deserve to live your best life at every age, full of confidence and vitality.